Do you dream of big, luscious, cascading curls? Then do I have the video for you. Hi everyone, this is Kathryn and welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, I am a model who makes fashion, beauty, and lifestyle videos that share my tips and tricks to the trade. When it comes to hairstyles, my all-time favorite go-to look is voluminous, curly hair. Like my last video about signature model makeup, which I will link for you to watch if you haven't yet, this hair is often what I pair with it for photo shoots, events, or even just everyday life. And I've learned to perfect them and get them down to a science with this technique, which I'm about to show you. Not only do they look nice, but they're heatless too, which is critical because heat from hot tools can be very drying and damaging to the hair. If this hair look is catching your eye, then allow for me to demonstrate just how to achieve it. To officially start this gorgeous model hair look, we are going to wash our hair and then let it air dry till it's about 80% dry. So just a little bit damp, that's how the curls will set best. To get the look, you're going to need a few things like a wide tooth comb, bobby pins, either short or long, a hair tie or hair clip, serum, and your favorite hairspray. So comb your hair through, make sure there's no tangles. We want this to be as smooth as possible. Then I take a hair serum or leave-in conditioner works and work it through my mid-length and ends. Give it some extra moisture and get that frizz tamed, and it also helps give some grip to the curls. Then we're sectioning off the hair. We're going to work in 3 different parts. So anything from the tips of the ears on up will be put away into a bun, or you can put it in that clip. So this is the first layer we're going to start with, and then let me try to explain this slow. Taking 2 fingers, like your pointer and your middle finger, you're going to angle it against about a 1 to 2 inch section of your hair and put it diagonally near the top of your hair, not right against the scalp, but a few inches away from it. And then you're going to wrap the hair around your fingers as if it's a curling wand. Go from the base of your fingers to the tip. I hold my right thumb on the underside of that little curl and carefully slide my pointer finger and middle finger out from the loop, making sure not to lose that O shape. Then we walk the curl up, if that makes sense, and make sure it maintains that O. And once it's close to the scalp, I clip in a bobby pin to replace where my fingers were holding the curl against my head, and it will stay in place. Like I said, we'll break it down. 2 fingers, wrap the hair around it, guide the O up to the head, and pin it to the root. So we're going to keep that same energy and same method and go through the rest of that first layer of the hair and get all those pinned. And I know this kind of looks funny when your hair's up like this. Pretty sure that's how they used to do it. How they used to curl their hair way back in the Cadillac, way back in the olden days. So if you start to look like you have grandma hair, then you're doing it right. Okay, now we're ready for section 2. So all the hair from your temples on up, put it away. We don't need it right now. We don't want anything to do with that. And we're going to run through those same steps again. Wrap the hair around the fingers, walk the O up to the scalp, and pin it down. I didn't mention before, but I use 2 sizes of bobby pins. The short bobby pins won't hold as much of hair, but it will make the curls look tighter and more structured, whereas the longer pins will be able to hold up those thicker sections, but it will make the curls look more loose and subtle, like beachy waves. I like to use both to vary the curls and add some interest to the hair, and it all blends well together too. I also want to mention to be careful and don't be a dumbass like I am, opening up those bobby pins with my teeth. My dental hygienist mom would be very disappointed in me if she saw this. Sorry, Mom. But yes, be careful. Don't ruin your teeth. And lastly, the top layer, my favorite part. I have no idea why it's my favorite part. It's not really any different than the others, but hey, sometimes my feelings are unexplainable. Okay, the two front pieces. So the two front pieces of my hair are a bit trickier because they're layered and shorter than my other parts. And since they're shorter and thus not as thick, they dry a bit quicker than the rest of my hair does. So sometimes I take them out a little bit earlier than I do the other parts of the hair, just so it doesn't get overly curly and look kind of strangely different from the others. Or sometimes too, I do use a curling iron just on those two front pieces so they match better with the others once I take everything out. I know I'm breaking the heatless rule, but since it's just those two, I think it's okay. I think I can get a pass. Please forgive me. If your hair is cut kind of like mine, then you can do either of those things depending on what you prefer. Then, of course, we'll go and curl all the rest of the hair with our heatless technique. While we do our hair together, just a little education for you. The reason I mark this as heatless, I prefer to do heatless hairstyles as often as I can because it's much healthier for the hair. Hot tools and heat can be very drying and damaging to the hair, causing it to break more and making it harder for it to grow long and thick and healthily. So the more we can give our hair a break, let it breathe, and figure out ways to make it look good without heat, the better for it, and it will thank us. Luckily, with hair strategies like these, we can get stunning looking hair without having to put it through any pain with curling irons and heat. If some of your curls start to come undone or get droopy, that's totally fine. You can always go back in and fix them. It's as easy as that. And look, Granny's come to visit. All right, look at all that. Look at those curls. Now that we're all pinned up with nowhere to be, you're going to wait until your hair is 100% dry before you undo everything. So for me, I keep these in for at least 4 to 5 hours, as it does take longer for the hair to dry once it's up like this. And that way too, I know there's been enough time to settle and those curls will really latch into place. However, if your hair doesn't take as long to dry, you may find you only need 2 to 3 hours to let these stay in. If you don't have this kind of time to waste, then you can also sleep with these in as well and take them out in the morning. Just wear a hair cap or something like that so they don't get all moved around while you sleep. Or else, if you're really crunched for time, you can just blow dry your hair for quicker results. It won't be heatless, but hey, it still works. Taking these curls out is pretty simple. Just start from the bottom section of your hair and work to the top, releasing the bobby pin out and slowly bringing the curl down. And then you have a cute little curly cue. They may look really springy at first, but they'll start to fall into place within a few minutes. And you can always fluff them up, separate them for loose waves. You just play around with your hair and figure out what you're looking for until you're happy with it. Those damn front pieces. All right. So they are giving me a little bit more trouble than I was expecting. It looks a little too Shirley Temple-y for my taste. So I am going to go ahead and use a curling iron on those two front parts. I know, again, don't crucify me. You may like how they turned out, but for me, I like something a little bit softer around the face. So, well, I wait for the curling iron to heat up. I'm doing some extra zhushing to the hair, flipping it over for extra body. Again, running my fingers through them. Just really giving them some extra love. I also tease my hair just a touch for mega giant hair, but it's not a necessity if that's not what you're into. I just like me some big Texas hair, even though I'm from Colorado. I've never even visited Texas, but maybe one day. So I wrap those front pieces around a 1-inch curling iron and wait about 10 seconds for them to set and gain the proper shape. And again, like I said, you can go around and add little last bits of perfection to get your hair just to your vision. This is my little cheat. I use a curling iron on the curls that don't turn out quite right to give them a boost, so they'll be more to my satisfaction. Add little last bits of perfection to get your hair just to your vision. And then we spray some hairspray around on that sucker and the hair will stay for days. For me, I can have this hairstyle stay in place for about 3 days. And with that, you are done and you now have big, sexy, curly hair. Let me know how it turns out for you. I wish every single one of you all the love, peace, and happiness in the world, especially right now, because Lord knows we need it. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys.